once again to a very special edition of the Coach Damon Floyd Show here on Talk 101.3 The Buzz, where our programs are always brought to you by LB Appliance out there on Dirt Key Road. We appreciate their continued support of Bradley Central Athletics. Being joined by Coach Damon Floyd here on a different day, different location, because we are in the gym here at Bradley Central. And Damon, welcome to the program today. Congratulations. Our 13th win, unbeaten. We've not been 13-0 since 1976, as everybody in the world knows. We're going to play our 14th game, though, Friday night. We've never played 14 games this season, but the Bearden game, we took care of business, done what we needed to do. Our defense was outstanding again. Our offense did everything they needed to do and beat a good team for the second time again.
Yeah, it's hard to beat Bearden once, and, we were fortunate enough to beat them twice and really didn't play good at the beginning of the game.
Right.
We fumbled on the 1 yard line the first drive, and then missed a field goal, with time expiring in the second quarter right before halftime. So we left 10 points out on the board. Defensively, we got 14 points in the first half. In the second half, we shut them out. I think we ended up holding for 193 yards for the total game, which is quite an accomplishment because they're talented. They're really good. Obviously, they're a quarterfinal team. So, I thought our special teams played really well. I talked to our team all week last week about we have to win field position. Right. It can't be even. And our kickoff team did really good. Our punt, I don't know if we punted actually. But Jacob Gentry, man, I want to point him out. On our kickoff team, he made 2 huge tackles. And they have a really good return guy that really we tried to keep the ball away from. They switched him around, like we did Boo a couple weeks ago against Maryville, and end up catching it. And Gentry made 2 solo tackles to pin them deep, to make them drive the length of the field. So I thought that was huge. And just a lot of guys stepping up at crucial times, and obviously a big game.
Well, I was just looking at the stats from that game. We had drives, some sustained drives, 51 yards, 80 yards, 75 yards, 63 yards that were from 8 to 12 plays. We had the one short touchdown on the 3-yard run. We had the interception and took it in there for the score. But overall, did the game roll out how you thought it would as you look back at it?
No, and I said it, last week on our program that if you think the score is going to be the same, right, you're wrong. And like I mentioned, if we put those 10 points on the board, which we really should have, it was an easy field goal, and we didn't score from the 1 yard line because we fumbled. So if you put those two opportunities back on the board, it's the same score. So right, I got to give our guys a lot of credit, and our coaching staff too. I mean, look, we got players. I'm not going to sit here and try to say we're just scheming people up. We're getting the ball in our players' hands, but I will say this: our coaches are not overcoaching it either, right, and they do deserve credit for that. And we've got a really good coaching staff, really good players. Right now, it's just a fun time to be a part of the program. Obviously,
it really is. And something else impressed me. I just looked at stats again. 3rd down conversions, 10 of 12. That's pretty dang good there. 10 of 12. That means you're moving the ball, moving those chains. And defense, you held them 141 yards, whatever it was you said there. Tito's now second all time, and boy, he again had another game. But the whole defense did. You hate to single out a single player, but Jacob Gentry, we called his name a lot. Tito called a lot. Braxton Arthur. A.J. Williams, right? all of them who've had fantastic years and just keep on keeping on. And it's 14 games. They've got to be worn out, you'd think.
I think they're tired.
Too.
It is. It's a long season.
Kind of worn out,
it is, but you're very motivated. So your adrenaline probably gets you through a lot, But one guy you didn't mention was Marcus Gorey, and he was actually our defensive player of the week last week. We have him in some crucial situations, and he made a huge tackle. We blitzed him off the edge on 4th down. Yeah. And really I think it did change momentum for the game. So, but like you mentioned, there's a whole lot of kids. You hate to start naming names because you leave people out. Yeah. But we've got a lot of guys that are. It's a team. It is a team game. Do we have special players? There's no doubt. But there's a whole lot of guys that don't get credit, and they deserve some credit. So it's a fun group to coach.
And let's go back to all those sustained drives. That offensive line, week after week, they're coming through. They're doing their thing, taking care of the quarterback, open the holes for the runner, and just doing whatever they need to do to make it successful. And as you say, keep moving the chains. That's how you win games and all.
That's right. And actually, our offensive line was our offensive player of the week because we rushed for, I think, 357 yards. Yeah, it was huge against a team like Bearden. So a lot of guys doing a lot of things, and it's the camaraderie on our team. Obviously, I've mentioned this before. You want to win games, but, man, the camaraderie on our team is so awesome. And it's awesome to be around these guys. And that's one of the reasons I got back into coaching is because, when I got done playing, you miss being part of the team. Yeah. And this is a fun team to be a part of, not just because we're winning, because they enjoy each other, they work hard, they hold each other accountable. So, fun group.
And we can't overlook our fans. They've been there every week for us, and they are a huge part of the enthusiasm the excitement they show anytime we're out there on the field, whether it's home or away. And we've had it'll be our 5th straight home game, which is just unheard of, really. But I think back in the 1930s, we had once 10 out of 11 home games because that was the first time we had lights. And nobody had lights. So everybody wanted to play on Friday night because during the daytime, if you played in the afternoon, people had jobs back then and couldn't come to the game. So, but 5 games in a row at home, and that home field advantage is awful big for us, I think. And the players recognize it. I know you coaches do too.
There's no doubt about it. That's one of the first things I do is when I'm walking down the bear walk, right before kickoff, is just glance at our crowd and see how many people, and it's always full. And our kids, they talk about it, how it's so fun to play at home in Bear Stadium in front of our fans because we pack it out. Our side's packed out every Friday, and it's an advantage. It's an advantage. So fun atmosphere to play in, and, a lot of these high school kids don't have an opportunity like that.
Right.
And ours get it every Friday night.
I talked to a guy from one of the local outlets in Chattanooga. He was up here covering Bradley back middle of the season. He told me, he said, one thing we know when we go to Bradley, they're going to have a full house on the home side. He said, it ain't like that everywhere we go. He said, man, it just makes a huge difference. He said, it helps us guys in the media to make it look better when you got a full stand in the background there, and all that. But we're going to take our first break right here on Talk 101.3. We're going to come back and talk about the biggest challenge of the season. Obviously, you're in the Final Four, playing our 14th game, 13-0 going into this game. We'll be back in just a couple moments here on Talk 101.3 The Buzz after these words from L&B Appliance. Welcome back to L&B Appliance Coaches Show for Damon Floyd. Got to talk about a new team we've not played since 2001. I think 2001 when Bill Pricer coached. We played only twice in our history. Come up a little short both times. Played them home and away, but I talked to some of the radio people this year, and they've been here a lot for basketball and stuff like that. I said, we've not been here for football in a long time, and it's going to be a challenge. We've talked already about this. You look at Bearden on film, I mean, not Bearden, but Oakland on film. Sort of walk us through what you see on film when you look at them. It's
scary. They have I don't even know how many Division I players they have. It is a lot. It is more than we have. They're very, very talented. They're very big on the offensive line. They're very fast on defense. The kicker kicks it through the end zone on kickoff, so we won't get a chance to get any returns. I mean, it's a total team, but you're talking about a team that's won, I think, 4 out of the last 5 state championships. Right. They've won the last 3, so obviously they're going for their 4th. They've been ranked number 1, for a majority of those past 5 years I just talked about. Mm-hmm. And now we've been ranked number 1, so you know what they're thinking. Mm-hmm. They've got a chip on their shoulder thinking, wait a second, we've won the last 3, and they're ranked ahead of us. So I'd say they're a very motivated group. It's everything you want in a team. Now, you're in the semifinals of 6A football. I wouldn't expect anything less. And we've always talked about here as a program, like, man, we would love to play Oakland. And it is a little bit of a funny story. Kevin Creasy, their head coach, we were both looking for games last year, and he texted me, and I said, no way we're not scheduling you guys. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, because if we ever do play them, we only want to play them once, right, and that's the playoffs. So we've always said we want to play Oakland. No disrespect, just knowing if you play Oakland, you've made it pretty far in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. So very talented team, very well coached. There's no doubt about it. It's the very best team we've seen all year. So it's going to be a battle to try to keep it close enough to win it in the fourth quarter. And I don't say that, I don't want to be negative. I'm just being real.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at their scores and the people they've played throughout the years, very seldom they have close games, and they're just very talented and very well coached.
Well, being number one, being ranked first in the state, being unbeaten, lots of eyes and ears, media from radio and TV. How in the world do you as a head coach balance the time? Your priority is winning the game and being with your team. And I know you get request after request after request. That goes with the territory, which is a good thing, bad thing, whatever you want to look at. But is it hard? Now, the big thing, good thing, is school's out this week.
Yes.
So that's a good thing for you, because when we were out for fall break, you loved that because you concentrate on football.
Right.
Sort of the same way this week, but we're inside because of the rain outside. But is it different? How different is it for you as a head coach to have to go through this? I know it's your first time to go through something like this.
It's been like this really all year,
Yeah.
because we did start getting a lot of publicity early,
Yeah.
and you got a lot of media requests. And fortunately, on our coaching staff, some of our other coaches have picked up some of that slack, because I can't be everywhere,
Right.
and I got to have some time to do other things. And but we try to do that because it's helping our program, and we understand that every year is not going to be this way. So we try to take advantage of it and promote our program and the players on our team. So it's a special time. We understand that, but like you mentioned, there's work to do, and we've got to get ready for a football game. So that's the priority.
And it's like these guys on the TV guys, they're doing their job too, and we understand that. And everybody wants to get the scoop. Well, I got this information, this tidbit or whatever from so-and-so, and it's just what they do. And it's exciting for us. Earl and I, we go crazy in the booth up there, too crazy sometimes, because it is such an exciting time. We're living through this with you, for the first time in a long, long time, and we appreciate what you do. And as you said, this is the dream. This is what you work for. You've been here 18 years. This is the deepest we've been. You've got the most experience, one of the deepest teams you've got. Everything's come together for us in the way of whatever it can be. And it's just such a fun time for everybody, the players, the coaches, the fans, the media, and all to enjoy that. And we're proud for you, because I know how hard you work, and everybody who's close to you knows how hard you work. And it's been a fun time, and I don't know what else to say about it, except we're going to have a great crowd here Friday night.
It's going to be a fun atmosphere. It's part of my job,
Right.
So I don't want to sound negative. It's positive. We are doing the right things, and the fact that people want to come cover our kids is awesome. So hopefully we give them another week to cover.
Well, we're going to take it. We're going to win this thing Friday night, folks. Be a 7 o'clock kickoff, 5:30 pregame here on Talk 101.3 The Buzz. Coach, wish you the best of luck. We'll see you here Friday night with a huge throng of people, and we're going to take this game and go to Chattanooga and play where your alma mater and my alma mater plays football. You didn't play there, I know, but that's where they play now. They're at Finley Stadium, so we're going to take it.
I did. My sophomore year is when we opened Finley.
Oh, did you? Okay, so it's like going homecoming for you then.
I hope. But let's focus on Oakland.
Yeah, let's hope so. That's going to wrap it up here, folks, for Talk 101.3. Thanks to Mr. Wynn Schroyer for taking his time off week to come in here and help us record these programs. We will see you later. So long for now. We'll say God bless and go Bears. Stay tuned now for a player interview.